the bell button so you can get notifications every time I upload the videos, and smash the like button. Okay, I wanted to change the title on that last video that I just did, just to kind of give it a title. I need to do better about my titling my videos, because girl, they've all been terrible. So I'm kind of, sometimes I go back and just edit the title of the videos and stuff like that. But anyhow, I want to do a tarot reading. So I decided to end that last video at the conversation. So if you are just tuning in tonight, I actually had just created a video and I retitled it Jealousy is Dangerous, Trigger Warning. That's what it's called now. So in that video, I talked about jealousy and how jealousy can be dangerous. And, you know, there's this whole conversation going on TikTok about girls being jealous of their friends, and you know, and then somebody was like, jealousy can be dangerous, but somebody was talking about, oh, it's just a normal emotion. And I'm like, yeah, but when it goes unchecked, you need to check it. Okay, you got to check jealousy, okay, because it can turn into way worse. Okay, and there's people that have lost their lives, and it gets bad. Okay, and I also lightly talked about some of my experiences with jealousy. I have been on the receiving end of jealousy for pretty much all of my fucking life, okay? And it's probably the reason why I feel so strongly about it, and why I don't tolerate jealousy at all. Like, I honestly, I can see it. I know what it looks like. I can see it on people, even people who seemingly aren't or seemingly didn't. I can see jealousy from a mile away. And to me, it's just one of those emotions that I just personally can't deal with, because I know how jealousy wreaks havoc. It wreaks havoc, okay? And so I don't tolerate jealousy at all because of that reason. I have dealt with people having jealousy towards me, and it turned into hatred. It turned into them wanting to aim at me. They're angry with me, and I don't even know why, right? Eventually I understood and learned about jealousy, but it wasn't without damage, you know? So yeah, so when people are saying things like, oh, jealousy is a normal emotion, I'm like, hold on now. Don't just settle it there, right? Because you need to deal with it. Because a lot of times when you say, oh, it's just a normal emotion, then people will write it off and like, oh, I don't have to worry about that. No, you do. Actually, you do. Because jealousy, especially over the last couple of years, there have been a lot of women who have died because of people that were jealous, you know? And so, no, absolutely not. Absolutely. Anything unchecked can be bad. I just feel like specifically jealousy is one thing that unchecked, that I've seen the havoc it can wreak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it with my own eyes, like what it can do. Up to and including, you know, the current state of my marriage, you know? There was a little bit of that, and I'm talking about externally. So, but we don't need to talk about that. That's in the last video. So if you're interested in talking about that, definitely go check out my last video where we kind of discuss that a little bit, and I give you guys like some inside details about some of the experiences, not really the experiences, but how jealousy has kind of you know, done a number in my life throughout time. And so this is one of the reasons why I really don't play about that at all. Like, honestly, I just do not play about that. Because I have had people try to ruin my reputation. I have had people try to ruin my marriage. I have had people try to beat me up and ended up getting beat up. You know what I mean? Like, I have had to fight multiple girls at one time because of jealousy. It really gets that deep. You know what I'm saying? It really goes that deep. And it's just, and all at the same time, while feeling very frustrated that was even the reason why there was a fight to begin with. Like, because of jealousy, like we don't even have to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that we can handle this now. There's no reason to be jealous, you know? And you think that you could just handle it like that, but no, these girls are really jealous. They're really upset, okay? For no reason other than the boys like me or whatever, you know? And it's really been that way. Like, you know, I've dealt with these things in real life. And that's why I had to learn, I had to know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Had to know how to fight. But it makes sense now that we're having this conversation as a collective, because if you guys, Shanquanella Robinson, her friends were jealous of her. And that's exactly what happened. Because there's no way that you go on a trip with me that I'm basically, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she paid for everybody, but she definitely had a good deal to pay. You went on a trip with me, there's no way. There's no way. No way. All that stuff went down the way that it went down, and they weren't jealous. There's no way they weren't. They were absolutely fucking jealous of her. And see, that's how it became dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's dangerous. So, yeah. Okay, let's go into a tarot reading. And I don't want the energy to be about jealousy. Good Lord. So let's, hold on. Oh my God, it's 7 a.m. So yesterday when I came live at 7 a.m., I was waking up.
Bluetooth mode.
Tonight, I have not been to sleep yet. Hey, Gogo. I'm good. How are you? Sorry, babe, for that face. It wasn't at you at all. It wasn't at you at all. Ooh, child. How are you guys doing? Let's get into some, hold on. I want to put a little sound on. I'm gonna put this one on for now. Not that I'm trying to get sexy or nothing. Not that I'm trying to do a sexy read or nothing, but I have not heard this song in a little bit, and I've been wanting to hear it. Oh, good. What did you do? Cocoa butter kisses. What did you do this weekend? Girl. Today I realized just how much I have not been outside, okay? Today I realized I was driving around in the city where they go out, right in the areas where they go party. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here, okay? Well, okay, so if you're one of the old hoes, let me catch y'all up real quick, okay? So for the old hoes, so when you go out and you want to get, you know what I mean? You want to go out and have a little fun, little party or whatever. Currently, what the young hoes is doing, okay, is the way that they're dressing, just think, ooh, I don't want to say that. Okay, think stripper, okay? Think, let's go. I'm not trying to be shady, but it really was giving that. Like, you know, I was like, damn, y'all out here just like, you know, like hookers a little bit. Okay, I know. I don't want to sound that way, but honestly, it kind of is giving that. Like when I thought I was like, goddamn. But you know, if everybody is out here dressed like this, you dressing like this is nothing. So it's not like you should be like, you know how sometimes you just, you're like, oh my God, is this too much? Is my ass out too much? Girl, no, your ass is not out too much, okay? As a matter of fact, you got a couple of inches on those pants, and the girls out there don't have those inches, okay? So all I'm saying, okay, for the old hoes, okay, is girl, they are out here with everything hanging out, okay? And let me tell you something. Let's be perfectly clear. There is no size limitation on everything hanging out, okay? So get creative, okay? Okay, girl? Get creative. You know, if you're gonna go out, and I'm talking about like if you wanna go out in the streets, you wanna go outside, okay? Get creative. Wear what you wanna wear, okay? Wear what the fuck you wanna wear, okay? Don't be bothered. Oh, I'm too old. No, you're not too old. Trust me, okay? What I just saw tonight, I wasn't ready. I would just say that much, okay? And it's okay. Like it's okay. It's okay. Cause like at the end of the day, if you're an old hoe, most likely you're not. You're gonna go out and you might be like, oh, this might be too much, but you're gonna realize it's not too much. Okay? You're probably gonna be appropriately dressed. Okay? And just sexy. It's just gonna be sexy. So do that. Okay? No worries, girl. Like everything is fine. Okay? Everything is fine. All right? So anyway, that's what I caught up on today, and not trying to be funny and not trying to be shady towards the young hoes. I just want to be clear. I am not trying to be shady towards y'all, but what I saw tonight, okay, it was given what I said it was given. Okay, flat out. That's what it was given, girl. Okay, so listen, just all right. It really was given that. Okay. Chariot and the Two of Cups. What is this? High Priestess and the Eight of Wands. What is this? Sun card and the Five of Cups. Oh, I feel like we got two energies here, okay? So what I did was I split the deck, and at the bottom of the deck, these were the two that was at the bottom, okay? Underneath those two were these two. Underneath these two were these two, okay? Why am I getting like this? It's like a back and forth energy, right? It's like this week I'm feeling like, okay, let's give it a try. And this week you're feeling like, nope. Next week you're feeling like, give it a try. And next week I'm feeling like, nope. So that's kind of what the cards are given. Let's push play. We are doing a collective. Yes, we are. Coco, what you doing up? Did you go out? You out there in the street? You was outside, wasn't you? In your booty shorts, wasn't you out there? And them girl, I feel like they were wearing like, girl. I mean, I just can't even like. It's like it was giving. I don't know. Like I can't even say jumpsuits. I feel like jumpsuits are just a tiny bit loose. Nothing was loose. Like it was none of that. Oh no. I saw girls with their actual ass like out. Okay? Like stuff that I used to do for my husband. okay, when he would come home, you know what I'm saying? And I want to get a little special with him. Girls was outside wearing these things. And I was like, okay. I mean, if that's what you want, listen, if that's the time that we in and that's what we want to do, note it. Okay, note it. But also, all right, let's see what's the next cards now. I like that song for some reason. I found this lady on TikTok. I got quite a few songs in my library that I've heard from TikTok. Ooh, I mean, ooh, I like fishnets. Fishnets are super cute. I like them. Anyway, okay, so the energies that I'm getting are two different energies, and I feel like it's connected somehow. What I'm getting is that there's one side that is kind of a happy side, right? And there's another side that's a little bit more melancholy, okay? And that's this side, the Five of Cups. Disappointed, dissatisfied, disappointment, really. And I don't mind, girl, it was not those things though. It was the type, it was the, they wasn't wearing no cutoff jeans. They wasn't even wearing no jeans. They was wearing the stuff that you would put underneath something. You know what I mean? They was, and it's okay. Like once again, I want to be clear. This is my first, I'm explaining from my first impression of knowing that this is going, without having previously understood that that's what was going on out here, right? Like, without previously having understood that that's what was going on, I kind of just was like, oh, you know what I mean? And it just happened upon me. But I, honestly, I don't care. I don't care that much. But for the old hoes, just want you to know, okay? Just want you to know what's going on. I feel like I'm looking at something very interesting. I feel like something interesting is happening here. One side, like I said, is unhappy. There's some communication here, Two of Cups. There's some dissatisfaction here. The other side is like happy, and it's like, hello. The other side is like happy, and it's like, it's victory. Is it victory? Man, I'm telling you, this is a very interesting energy because I feel like somebody's disappointed and they want to communicate their desires, or this is not even desires. There's a coupling here. There's a Two of Cups here. All right, let me just no filter give you what I think here. From this side, I feel like somebody's disappointed with or unhappy with a partnership that they are in. It's like they're in a partnership that they're not happy in. It's just not a happy environment for them. They potentially want to leave and walk away. There's a sense of completion here with this this situation. And then the Lover's card is underneath that. It's like they have to make a decision of some sort to be happy or to not be happy. I feel like, wow, there's some healing that needs to be done here too. With the Queen of Wands. But then that either brings betrayal or that requires surrender. Or both. It brings betrayal, but then requires surrender. Oof. Ouch. Okay, so there's that side, right? This side. This is like the energy of somebody who is happy. Somebody also who is kind of aware, very aware the High Priestess energy is present. So this is somebody who is just like It's basically psychic, okay? Psychic. This can also represent divine timing as well. And this can represent somebody knowing that divine time is at play. I feel like this person is more serious as it relates to commitment. And this person might be in the waiting energy, kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. I really feel like this energy on this side is going to be successful or happy no matter what's going to happen, right? It's like determined to be happy, but they have had a lot of inner focus as well. And the Emperor is showing itself to me. It's at the, it was underneath the stack, and I picked up the stack, and this one was still there. So this person is also, this person's stepping in their power or in their power already. Excuse me. King of Swords. Sorry, that's the Knight of Swords. I feel like this person is, it's like this person is happy, right? Like, it's like this person's going to be happy no matter what happens, right? On this side, this person's going to be happy no matter what. And that doesn't mean that they don't have this love for this other side or this other connection. It's just to say that I'm going to be as happy as I can be in whatever existence or experience that I have to have, or whatever existence or experience that I'm in. It doesn't mean that I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I don't care about you. It just simply means that, well, if this is where life has brought me, where I have to exist without you, then I will have to find a way to be happy in that existence. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is that type of person that's just like, well, I'll have to find a way to be happy. I'll have to find a way to make myself happy, you know? I do also feel, though, that this person kind of knows, like, what is going to happen also. That could be one of the reasons why this person is able to be happy, or just, like, to be able to, like, move forward, because they know maybe how this person actually feels, or maybe what this person actually thinks. So it allows them to deal, you know? There is kind of like a waiting energy here. This person's waiting for something to occur, waiting for the ships to come in. The Hierophant is here also. The Sun card being here once again. This is definitely about that energy of I'm going to make this experience as happy as I can make it, right? I'm going to make this experience as happy and as fulfilling and as fulfilled as I can. And it may be, maybe I'm going to be way more fulfilled with you in my life, but you know, you can't force life. You can't force things. This person wants to communicate over here. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of, oh, you're home. Okay, you're cleaning. Shoot, I get that. Late night cleaning. I went over to the orange house recently, and I was like, I don't know what happened, but I think I just walked around and started ordering everybody around. Do this, do that, clean this. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is the Empress over here, and I feel like the Empress is really she's victorious regardless. This side over here, it's like success is looming around this energy, but I don't know if this person will realize it. Yeah, the Tower card is here. This person has to find themselves with depression. Yeah, it's like the Emperor's down underneath there, but it's so deep down, and so it's like 3 cards under. I feel like it's going to be more work for this side. This side over here, probably masculine energy, is going to have more difficult time finding that Emperor energy. Why is that? Well, this person has to take a leap of faith. And to some degree, they have to trust the process. But I think this person is not as easily trusting the process. Also, I get the Lovers card underneath the Emperor, too. The Lovers brings the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like this person has to learn, potentially, how to love. Ooh, yeah. This is some heavy energy. I wasn't here for none of this. This is just, this is just, ooh, yeah. A lot going on here. Yeah, I feel like this person has a lot more mental work, like a lot more, it's like maturing potentially, a lot of mental work, maybe even some emotional work, having to learn how to like take leaps of faith and trust the process. Having faith, that could be it. Maybe this person really has to have more faith. Excuse me. Because this side is like more easy. It's like the easy life. It's like easy street. Y'all remember watching Sesame Street? Okay, Sesame Street. And now that you think about it, you think Sesame Street is the street, right? Sesame Street, right? Just this street. But Sesame Street was always like, there was always something joyous or something happy going on. I feel like this side is Sesame Street. And this side, oof, I don't know. What is this like? I don't want to say Boys in the Hood or nothing, or Menace to Society or nothing, but kind of like, it's giving a little bit more rough, okay? It's giving a little bit more rough time going on here. But I think this is all a mental thing. I really think this is very much all mental, because even though this is the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups does represent water / the emotions, it gives a very thinking in the head type of overthinking vibe. It really does give that a lot. And also I did see the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Swords over here too. So I really heavily am getting the mental space. Somebody heavily in their head, thinking all the time, overthinking, overanalyzing, maybe, you know, adding stuff. You know, when you get to overthinking, your little thoughts get to adding extra little stuff. It's just adding shit. It's just adding unnecessary shit, okay? You know. Which is also the energy of like survival mode, or like always coming up with some reason why things can't work out. It's like the over processing of this side is you're causing yourself stress, okay? You're giving yourself gray hairs. Hey, listen, why don't you just chill? Smoke a little blunt or something like that, okay? Relax, okay? You need to relax. You need to fucking relax, okay? But that's just the mental side. Like, this person mentally needs to relax, because it causes things to like do this Tower card. Everybody falling out, okay? Blowing up and stuff like that. It's like you are causing a shitstorm because of how you are overthinking, overprocessing, causing problems for your problems by the way that you're thinking. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. Let's see if there's some other information here, Spirit. Tell me more about these 2 sides. How do these 2 sides relate? Clear and concise. How do these 2 sides relate? Clear and concise. Oh, something from, hold on. King of Cups, Temperance, bottom of the deck. The love has to heal. Waiting. Three of Wands, waiting. Wheel of Fortune. And the King of Cups. Waiting for love. So they're both waiting for love. I am also seeing the full card over this side, so that means that this side needs to take a leap of faith. But that's also including having faith, actually having faith, trusting the process, which leads you to take the leap of faith. So that needs to be done, I guess. Spirit, what's the outcome between this situation? The Lovers. What is the outcome between this situation? Really? Girl, it's now 7 o'clock now. It's 7:25 over here. The sun just came out. I'm not gonna get any sleep. The Lover's card. The outcome is the Lover's card. I do also see kind of like a walking away energy as well. So I feel like what's happening here is like somebody is like, the energy is so uncertain or unsure that it causes breakage or separation or moving away from each other. It's like somebody feels like they need to like tap deeper into themselves and stuff like that. Which, yeah, sometimes, but the Lover's card came out. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. Here I am, I'm gonna leave it alone. Here I am shuffling more cards. I feel like there's a healing that is gonna happen. I do feel like there's a healing that's gonna happen. I mean, I see that somebody's like not wanting to, somebody's defending their heart, trying not to get their heart broken. But I feel like healing is here though. It's kind of stressful. The healing process is stressful to this person. The healing process is probably stressful, and you know, it can feel painful to go through the healing process because in order to get in order for the healing to get done, you have to go through the process. You have to go through the shifting, the understanding that Okay, I'm thinking of misunderstandings, right? When you have misunderstandings, sometimes people act on those misunderstandings, right? Like there's a misunderstanding between me and you, right? And instead of trying to get some clarity, you're like, oh no. And you just make a decision based on the misunderstanding. And that's your choice. Like honestly, it's your 100% your choice to decide to do so, right? Like I'm not trying to shame you for that, but there's another alternative to that process. And the other alternative to that process is gaining clarity within the misunderstanding and then allowing yourself to have that understanding for future, right? So healing is not easy. It can be difficult, and it can come with a lot of bruises. And the reason for that is because you're bumping your head and you're making mistakes, and they're bumping their head and they're making mistakes, and you're trying to learn how to exist together, you know? You're trying to learn how to care for each other in a way that each other understands. And I think as women, we were sold some sort of dream, some sort of fairy tale that, you know, the perfect man just gonna fall out of the sky one day and he's gonna be absolutely perfect. He's not gonna have any problems. Girl, it's a lie. Now, don't get me wrong. There can be somebody perfect for you, or somebody that is good for you, right? But they're not going to be perfect, right? Like, because perfection is in the eye of the beholder, right? Perfection is in the eye of the beholder. My version of perfect is going to look different than your version of perfect, you know? So, and we also have to remember that each person is different. And we all have our own idea of what we want to see happen and what we want to present or what we want our man to do or be like, right? Well, I will just say this much. Long-term committed relationship, long-term love, long-standing love, it is going to take work and it's going to take effort, okay? Like just know that. And I'm not saying that it has to be strenuous work and effort. No, it doesn't have to be all that. But it is going to take you to have some understanding. It's going to take you to bend a little, okay? It's going to take them to bend a little. It's going to take compromise on both sides. It's going to take both sides to be willing to submit to each other in order for that to work and operate. Because it can't just be one-sided where one side submits only, because then that means that that person is going to take a lot of ill treatment from the other side. So that's why the submission has to come from both sides. That's why the compromising has to come from both sides. So that we both know that we're both in this together. So that we both know that we both care. So that we both know that we both want this to work. That's it, loving an imperfect person perfectly. Right? Exactly why X left. Well, see, you gotta compromise, babe. You gotta be willing to give. You know, gotta be willing to make efforts as well. See, there's these dumbass podcast niggas talking about a simp this and simp that. Let me tell you something. Most of them ain't had relationships last long.
None of them relationships lasted long, I'm telling you. Okay? None of the relationships lasted long enough. You know what I mean? They talking all this shit. Ain't got no proof to show none of it. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody dealing with that shit. Passport brothers that went down to other countries where the women are supposed to be submissive, and they came and left their ass too, right? Because that I guess men have been told a dream too, that submission means, only the woman has to do this and that. No, absolutely not. Both sides must submit to one another in order for us both to find happiness within our connection. Because if it's only one-sided submission, then somebody's going to be missing a whole bunch. Somebody's going to be very unhappy. And therefore, at some point, it will still end. Two parties, two sides, both sides have to be willing to put in the effort. Both sides have to be willing to compromise. Both sides have to be willing, not just willing, but doing. One-sided relationships get real hard. One-sided relationships get real difficult to sustain when one side refuses. And when one-sided shit ain't gonna keep working, I'm telling you that now. It'll work for a little bit, maybe. Maybe. But eventually, that niceness is gonna run out. That patience is gonna run out. That understanding is gonna run out. Well, there's that. Healing is needed. Okay? Somebody's got to do some healing. And the healing might be different for both of you. You know what I'm saying? Like your healing might be I don't know, learning how to give more. Learning how to speak a bit less or speak more, or it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. And my experience is, you know what? Thinking that you about to get a forever submissive person when you're not also giving to the connection? Absolutely not. Expiration on that bitch if you think that's going to work that way. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. Well, is there anything else that we need to discuss? Yeah, there's not gonna be no happiness if only one side is doing all the work, or one side is doing all the submitting and all of the bending and all of the compromising. Yeah, that shit runs out. I think that's it for now. I did get some additional cards, but that Knight of Wands was showing itself to me again. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Well, this is... I feel like we also have somebody who's afraid to kind of like speak up for what they want. And that can't work either. So, that can't work either. No matter what, you have to figure out a way to convey what it is that your needs, convey your needs and wants, etc. Convey your frustrations without letting it go so long without saying anything that one day it just all spills out. You cannot do that, because that will cause harm to the relationship as well. Write a letter. Letters do really well. That's it. That's all I got, guys. That's it for the night, for the moment, for the reading. A lot of details coming out here. A lot of resolution that needs to occur, but you know, I believe in you guys. I know that you're going to be able to work out whatever it is that you need to work out between you and your special person. And, you know, y'all will figure it out. It's cool. You're like, y'all going to get it together. Just, you have to put in the effort, though, you know? You do have to do the work. The work is always needed. No matter what the situation, the scenario, person, age, don't matter. Work has to be done. Okay, so let's see here. The collective reading is hitting you hard. You did just enough. Yeah, well, that ain't gonna work. Not forever. I'll tell you that now. That ain't gonna be it. It works for you, right? You end up being the happy one. Not knowing that you're putting all sorts of pressure on your partner. All sorts of pressure on your partner. And eventually that gets tired. That's gonna run out. I am done with that collective truth. It's like, even if there's probably some level of acceptance to be had, there's sometimes stuff that should just not be accepted, or certain lines not to be crossed at some point. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is why when I talk about relationships with you guys, I always say, hey, before you, like, if you're not in a relationship and you're looking to get in a relationship, always know what your non-negotiables are. Always know what your boundaries are. You know, always know what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. The reason for that is because you can eliminate people, you can eliminate situations quickly before your heart gets involved, you know? If you know those cores and those basics for you, you can have all that mapped out. So when you see things, certain things, you know how to deal with it, you know? So yeah, so that is the end of that collective reading, guys. I do want to thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know if you got anything from that reading, but hopefully you did. Maybe at least it just, you know, some validation, or maybe it's some, you know, some information in there to kind of help you understand how to make some efforts or some changes or something. I don't know. But hopefully, you know, it helps in some kind of way. It definitely resonated with some of you guys in the comments, I see.
You weird, bitter, uneducated fucks that I just saw in the comment section of a young, hardworking, educated Latina girl who worked her whole fucking life to get accepted into Penn, Dartmouth, and Yale, and she will be going to Yale, sitting in her motherfucking, she's a high school senior, bitch, sitting in her fucking comment sections, adults, and what was the commonality? What was it? That's what it was, bitch. Right here. DEI, this is racism. That should go to a white man. Are you fucking crazy? Get a fucking grip.
Oh, shit. I feel like he has like an insecurity or something. I don't know if it's his lips or what, but he has some sort of insecurity because he's always like covering his face.
Uneducated fucks that I just saw in the comment section of a young, hardworking, educated Latina girl who worked her whole fucking life.
But I love watching his videos.
Accepted into Penn, Dartmouth, and Yale, and she will be going to Yale, sitting in her motherfucking, she's a high school senior, bitch, sitting in her fucking comment sections, adults, Adults and what was the what was it?
What was the commonality? Look, hold on, he's shaking the cup.
What was the commonality? What was it?
All right, let me get on. Anyway, how are we out there doing? How are we hanging through there? Everybody doing okay? Hopefully y'all doing good. Shoot, y'all, I'm getting tired. I'm about to go to sleep in a second. Oh, man. I don't know, maybe I should go do a little more work. No, not after you just had a couple of sips. Nope. I haven't got on here and had a couple of sips. I know Gino probably gonna be like, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. After I had paid for food and stuff. Well, I was intending on going to work. I was supposed to be in Orlando right now. I was supposed to be leaving, coming back from Orlando right now. But this lady had me waiting 15 minutes. I was like, I don't have to cancel this fare, dude. And I hate when people do this. The guy came out and got in the car and he was like, I'm half of the duo. I'm like, I see what you're trying to do. She's late and you're coming to distract, and 15 minutes go by. No, I'm gonna have to cancel this. Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna have to cancel this. He's like, okay, I guess I'll get out now. As he sits there, I'm like, in my mind, get the fuck out, like, because I know. Respect my motherfucking time. And I waited for 15 minutes. Past the time I was supposed to wait. Well, let's see. 40 to 55. Yeah, just 15 minutes total, but still. Respect my time, motherfuckers. Don't do that to me. You know? Don't do that. So go on and get out, James. Or Josh. Or Jeffrey, whatever the fuck your name was. Joseph. I don't know. It was J something. Go on and get the fuck out. He's like, well, I guess okay. Like, get out, man. Try to drag your fucking feet. Get the fuck out. I'm sorry. Anyway, well, I guess you guys have fallen asleep because I feel like I'm talking to myself right now. Anyway, I do want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you've had a wonderful week. It is now Saturday. I'm gonna chill. So hold on. It's like people need to respect people more in general to be in time or anything. And you know the thing about it is I didn't even trip because I get it. Sometimes you wake up fucking late. I get that. But at least say, oh, I'm gonna be this much time, or give a fucking update, or realize that you're out of pocket and you're out of time and compensate me for my. It's one thing to be like, you know what? I realize that we're additionally late. If you don't mind, I would like to give you, this much extra just so that, fine, no problem. But actually, no. 15 minutes, ma'am or sir? Nah, it's no big deal. I probably would have waited longer. You know what I'm saying? If he had been more proactive, like, let me go find out what's going on with her. You know what I mean? I might have been, okay, I'll wait. Like, I'm just gonna sit there and just say nothing. I mean, damn well this person should have been out here by now. What the hell is going on up there? Is she just getting in the shower or what? Anyway, no big deal. Cause I think, let me see. So I was supposed to be doing a mindset shift. So far, I've been doing okay with listening to affirmation music, and saying some affirmations to some degree. I knew that TikTok was going to get me, and TikTok kind of got me. Because Gino's been calling me like, you're supposed to be on a mindset detox. Why are you arguing with people? I'm like, man. And really, I'm not arguing with people because I didn't feel like my energy, I wasn't angry and my energy wasn't shifting, but I was debating. Probably debating is the better term. The better term is debating with folks on TikTok. So, yeah. But still, he's right by way of it getting me kind of off of my focus, my mental focus. So, doing better with that, most definitely. Doing better with listening to my affirmation songs and music. Doing good with that. What else? I don't know. I think I've been doing all right, but I could probably do better. Gino decided that he was also going to do this whole mindset shift with me, and he seems to be doing much better than I'm doing. I don't know if he's doing better than I'm doing, but I know I've been tired, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I've been tired the last week. I think I got sick last week. Also, Aunt Flo is here too, so I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm just so sleepy. A girl needs her beauty rest, okay? And that's basically what's been going on this week is a girl's been trying to get her beauty rest because it's so hard out here for a girl, you know? Anyway, I need to not say that. It's easy. Life is flowing and easy. Okay, guys. Good night. So appreciative for you and your energy that you've spent your time with me. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day today. For those of you that are going to stay up and continue to be awake, hopefully you have a wonderful day today. I look forward to seeing you guys again very soon. And yeah, good night or good morning.